Hi everyone, and welcome back to this episode 7 of Katawa Shoujo. So, beginning where we left off, during afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended that I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Wahahaha. What's right, Misha? That's right, I'm just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seemed a little too sinister to me. Start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student union. Three letter agencies, eh? Sound like a 3-letter agency tactic. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seemed like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? Just makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hee-chan. Hee-chan said that's when their life is threatened. People have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression, unchanging. Misha signed something back immediately to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheeringly. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no weird excuse unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room. Although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the centre, surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back. That I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps. Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room, if I do say so myself. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most notable thing is that this room doesn't have is other people. Really? No? What do you mean, though? Does it mean nobody else is coming here today? Yeah, that's right. Before I managed to ask why that's the case, she's going to clap her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play this. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Haha, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault, from 2 fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hee-chan wants you to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Hee-chan also said that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. Oh, the Australians, yeah mate, yeah mate. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she'll dangle that over me as enough to mean that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no. You channel of your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Ha 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 ha. Actually, that's pretty funny. Benevolent dictators. Am I right? Oh, that's a good fun concept. Just so competitive, isn't it? She seems to take this as a compliment. I'd expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous. She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index finger against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha walks by the pace of her heated signing. Ah, wait, please, slow down, Shushan, says we're going to lose. Tell her I'll crush her world with my world empire with my rebellion. Ah, okay. Those eyes emerge with childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you're on. Now, time to save it. Create a save state. Done. Yeah. Bash. And now I'm going to do. Yeah, she has a point. I mean, might as well go all win. Or, I mean, it's probably going to lose either way, but you might as well go all win. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering the whole nation, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. U-turn pointer. I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and then allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win, yeah. There's no need to translate that. It was pretty clear. Wahaha, don't look so sad, Peter. You were really giving it your best, and that's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows it, it's me. You did very well for someone who just won out a fight today. Chichan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Chichan's impressed. Mark of great people is that they are daring and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Chichan? That isn't enough though, just potential isn't enough. There is no point to potential if you don't take the first step. There is no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're actually Chan, but that's demanding. Chan leans forward suddenly, looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Chan would like to join the student council. She really doesn't waste any time, does she, huh? But it's only my second day school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other club yet. But spending my time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. Still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hichan, but I hope you're not just saying that so that we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hichan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it's definitely the truth and there can't be any mistake in it. I know. Guess I should have my revenge for losing, at the very least. Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way that feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. Take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I've spent far longer applying risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I've got to go. I need to go to the library if it's not closed, right? Shizune I scratch her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library's open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shoujo. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks. It's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. One flight of stairs up, and I run into problems. Second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. Problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there is a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. As I turn around the corner, an unmarked doorway draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, it's just barely ajar, so that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means someone's inside and I can ask for directions. No matter how embarrassing that is, I gingerly push on the centre of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though is much clearer to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head even further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. Yeah, let's go. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking another sight of a solitary figure taking centre stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation stills my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup, opens her eyes, doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi, sorry for intruding. I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if she's as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm an intruder upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite her, girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling. That and the slight cloudiness to her eyes means she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it that you're a new student, Yamaka? Yeah. I just transferred here yesterday. Get a distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, censured by her restrained bowed greeting. One which I hastened to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisa Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality and be proceeding. Give me a kind nod, taking the request in her stride. Or in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea. From a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. A brush here, brush there. Her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. Seems to be a process followed by dozens of times before. I think this is where I will leave it here for today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And goodbye.